Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Coach Jay hitting y'all with episode number 23 of Less Fear, More Action. Just got out the shower this morning and finished my meditation this morning, and something was kind of on my mind, so I felt like I should talk about it. I just want to tell anybody out there who owns a weapon, a gun, specifically pistols, all of that stuff. You got your CPL, you got everything set up perfectly, you're good, all of that. I just want to tell y'all today, check with your county to make sure all of that is true. The only reason I want to say that because I ain't gonna say recently, 5-6 years ago, I was caught up in a situation where I thought everything was legit with mine and it wasn't. And I'm still dealing with that to this day because I have a misdemeanor on my record right now. The actual charge that I almost got was 5 years in prison with a felony, but luckily I could afford a lawyer at the time to help. Well, he knew a couple judges and this and that. You know how that whole game works. But so they were able to get it reduced down to a misdemeanor. But with that being said, here 5 years later, I'm still having difficulties finding employment, based on that misdemeanor and that what I would call a paperwork lapse in their system. Because what happened with mine is I had my CPL, and during the time I had my CPL, I was in a situation when I was young, dumb, and full of what. And I was dating this young lady, and we got into it. And y'all know how the game go. If the police get caught, somebody got to go. And, I went through that whole thing, went to jail for a night because we had an argument. And, things may have gotten physical, but nobody got hit or anything like that. I mean, we talking like it may have been like a arm grab or, something like that. But anyway, either way it go, it was no big deal. It was just like two young kids, dealing with each other, had way too much on our plates. And that's all it was. So we deal with that. The case gets dismissed, and not knowing that with that case being dismissed, that it meant that my gun license was then being suspended at the same time. So because I didn't understand that. Once again, a young man, I might have been 24 years old, 25. I don't know. It was pretty young. So all this stuff being thrown at you, I'm just happy that, I ain't dealing with this domestic case crap, because it wasn't nothing anyway. Like me and homegirl, we still cool at the time when we're going through this stuff. So it's like, it's not even that serious. It's just a system thing. So it's weird because you fast forward all of this stuff. And then, and as a young man, I'm thinking, cool, case dismissed. I'm out. I can move on with my life. No, I went probably another 3 years carrying my gun everywhere I went. Everywhere, thinking I was good. Until one day I got pulled over. It was one of those driving while black situations, but I ain't gonna get into that. But got pulled over, and I told the officer just the things you're supposed to be doing. My gun is in the trunk. Here's my gun license. I'm a registered owner, blah, 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 blah. So he goes to his car and he like, nah, bro, this ain't valid. Step out the car. I went through the whole process. At the time, we were pregnant with Mariah. So, I had at the time, she was my fiance. She in the passenger seat. All we doing is leaving my niece's graduation party that she had just had. I'll never forget that day. Because I'm like, dude, I'm minding my business. I told you where all my stuff was. I'm not breaking no laws. Ain't nothing. So the cop, he tells me like, go ahead, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to have to confiscate your gun, but I'm going to let you go. So he was like, I'm going to let you go so you can go back to your county and get this straightened out, because he seen clearly that it was nothing that I was trying to hide. So fast forward, that ends up county of Wayne County. They wanted to pursue it. So I had to turn myself in. Man, it was a big, crazy thing, y'all. And I'm just saying all of this. I'm just telling y'all my story so y'all don't have to go through the same thing. Not to say that you got, anything in your past that saying that you need to dig up or nothing like that. But I'm just telling y'all that you just never know. So just go check with your county. Make sure that your papers are right while we out here carrying these guns. And I know it's holiday time, so y'all probably carrying way more than normal. But just understand, man, like I had to take a gun safety class, and there was an ex-judge in that class. And he straight up told me, he said, black man, look, man, those gun licenses is nothing more than a license to put you behind bars. That's straight up. That's all it is. He said, they go find a way around it, find a way to pin something on you, find a way to do something. So his best advice, he was like, man, if you feel like you got to carry a gun to go somewhere, just don't go there. And that's the best advice that I can ever give y'all from him. So straight up, check your papers, though. Make sure you good. Make sure everything is legit. I'm not telling y'all not to carry. I'm not anti-gun. I'm still a pro-gun guy. I still own guns. But I'm just saying, while you have your stuff, make sure your paperwork is right. That's all I got for y'all this morning. I know it's a little different when you talk about no fitness or nothing today, but it's bigger than fitness.